Hi, so this is probably going to be the first video that I upload, and this is sort of like a welcoming video in case anyone decides to check in on my channel and see. I'm at this point, I'm not even sure where I'm going to upload, YouTube, or I really don't know. Uh, Point of this channel is just for me to be a better trader, um, be more disciplined, because what I've realized is when you teach someone or you guide someone, uh, you tend to be a better trader yourself, and that is the whole point of this channel. It is for me to be accountable, to speak through my trades, to think each trade through carefully, because I know that there is someone who might probably watch this and want to learn from this, and hopefully I minimize my mistakes doing this. So the idea is that today is the 6th of Jan for 2021, and my resolution for this year is to have a good trading year in that sense. So I'm going to launch this channel on purely my intraday trades. I'm not going to discuss my stock positions or anything of that sort, uh, because this is only an accountability tool for me. Of course, you can use it and learn my system through it if you are interested. I'm not going to share my video, my username. I'm trying to keep those things private. Reason being that I don't really want to make this a very popular thing, and also this is not my full-time job. Uh, I have a separate job too, and probably it might cause a conflict of interest. And also, this none of this is trade recommendations, and so none of these streams are going to be live streamed. It's always going to be end of the day. So after everything is said and done, discuss and review. Not to discuss and review, just how the day panned out, and that kind of gives me also some time to think about what I learned and discover new things, hopefully, along the way. So my aim is to have an average profit of somewhere in the range of uh, 20 points, 20-25 odd points a day on an average. uh, and I do this on the intraday time frame. So maybe 20 is a bit aggressive, but yeah, that's the whole point of trading, right? You have big goals. So let's start with my system. So I trade on the 5-minute charts. Okay, I'll just go through my indicators. The first one I use, um, the main one I use, is the Ichimoku cloud system. So the Ichimoku system uh, is a Japanese trading system uh, invented many years ago. So I'm not going to teach you the system and what all is there in it. You can of course Google that separately and learn about it. It's what I use to read charts. Reason being, it gives me a very good idea of resistance and support levels, general trend. It's so Ichimoku system basically means at a glance system. So you get everything at a glance, everything from the trend to the support levels, resistance levels, reversal levels, anything of that sort should come to you at a glance. The strength of the trend, the weakness in the trend, whether it's winning or losing momentum, whether it's gaining momentum, everything. So this is my main system. I look for crossovers of the Dickinson over the Kitchenson. Pardon my mispronunciations if any. So I call them the T9 and K26 because the Dickinson is based on 9 periods and Kitchenson on 26 periods. So that's the nomenclature I use, and I look for crossovers in them. To this, I have over time learned to add the VWAP. So this is my favorite addition that I have to the system. Um, Studies. Oh, okay, right. VWAP won't come since I'm using the futures chart. I use the Nifty. I'm using the spot chart. So spot has no volume since it's an index. The futures will have a volume, right? Okay. So this is the VWAP line. So I'll actually hide the other indicator. So you see only the VWAP. I'll change this color to what I usually use. I use brown. So VWAP is a volume weighted average price. So it takes the volumes multiplied by the prices and gives the average. So it's different from a normal average since it is weighted by volume. So if there's a higher volume, the line will move faster. So say prices are increasing in this case, but volumes are not increasing tremendously. So this line wasn't very fast moving over. Beyond this point, volumes also started increasing along with the price. So you see this being steeper. Same here, prices were falling and the volumes also might have come in, so this is moving down. Whereas let's see some flattish period. So there are so here you so prices are flat and there's no volumes also. So this VWAP is flat. So VWAP acts as a very good support and reversal level. Okay, so I use it as my stop loss sometimes, but I mainly use it to determine the trend. So if the price is below the VWAP, I will not look at longs. If the price is above the VWAP, I will not look at short. So over here, for example, someone might have been tempted to go short over here, but price has been over the VWAP for a long period of time over here. It would find it difficult. So I would wait for it to pull back and break this convincingly, then wait for the VWAP to start moving downwards. So not an up moving VWAP, but down moving VWAP. Then only would I consider short. So VWAP is one of the most crucial parts of my system. So that's VWAP. The other thing that I use is called the on balance volume. So on balance volume is a line chart that comes below the chart. I have a slight problem with this. I would rather have the on balance volume to reset every day to 0 and then start. So on balance volume is just the sum of all the contracts. Okay, so if there are more selling contracts than buying contracts, it would be negative. It would reduce the number of contracts. If there are increasing, it would increase. So it gives you a sense of the pressure on the day. Like so see yesterday. Okay, this on balance volume was rising. So there's a buying pressure, and here there is a selling pressure. It's reducing the volume. People are squaring off their positions, exiting the market. I don't know what they are doing, but it's a downtrend. So OBV again in combination with the VWAP gives me the sense of the trend for the day. Okay, based on these two, then I will look at my Ichimoku signals and decide what to trade. Okay, so yeah, so over here, resistance at VWAP, on balance volume falling, Ichimoku giving me a bearish signal. Here was a good time to short, or even when it broke below this price. So I have actually taken a trade below this price. So these are the three main cornerstones. To this, I also add a very simple moving average. So let me clear these all again. Okay, I have a moving average, and I use a moving average of 20 periods. Why 20 periods? Just like that. I like it. Just no firm foundation logic or something great in it. It's just a moving average. Moving averages just give you a trend for the day, and you can trade. You might have by now seen like moving average crossovers, like using two moving averages, seeing their crossovers, or seeing price moving above and below moving averages, expecting price to revert to a moving average when it moves up sharply. Like here, for example, I just use it as a stop loss in my system, as one of the stop losses. So uh, over time, you will understand my entries, my exits, and my stop losses as the channel goes ahead. So overall combined, this is kind of the chart I use. I've changed the colors a bit. I played around, and I've kept RSI also as a part of my watch list. Reason being that I know a lot of traders rely on the RSI, so there might be a lot of buying when the RSI dips or selling. It's just something that everyone follows, so you should track. So that's why I keep the RSI as part of my system. Um, it's not something I really rely on much. It's just there, something that my eye just notices and processes eventually in the background. It's not a part of my system. Okay. Finally, so I've discussed what I use for entries, determining trends, direction. Now let's talk about my exits. So my exits are based usually where the historical cloud is available, the cloud determines my exit. So wherever the cloud forms a flattish line, okay, that is where I have seen price to tend to accumulate or consolidate, and these form my exits. And being an intraday trader, I don't look for very far away supports or resistances. I look at nearby levels. So because I want to close my trade quickly and not hold on to it forever. Um, so like in this case, somewhere around here is my exit. If I was looking to carry forward intraday, I would probably expect price to come here and along these places, anywhere along this line, this level, this level, or this level would probably be a support, and I would use it as a trailing stop loss. So that's my exit. But let's talk about yesterday. Okay? So what if there's an uptrend and uh, you know there is no historical cloud? So I'll just zoom out a bit. There is no historical cloud over here. So what do I use as my exit in this case? So in this case, I use a combination of uh, Fibonacci or targets. Mm. So if you know Fibonacci, if you don't know, also you can Google it. Of course, please Google everything after I tell you. This is not a tutorial. This is again just for my accountability. You look at a low point, a high point. You see how much price is retraced. So in this case, retracement comes back down. So your price is retraced to 50%. So my target would be, this much of a move on the upside. So from here up to somewhere around 1950 level. So this is where my exit is. And if you see, price has consolidated around this level now after pulling back from here. So I use this to determine my exits as such. So like it gives you a sense of where you can expect price to hold, and if you don't know where your exit is, because this comes useful when your trailing stop loss is very far away. So say my trailing stop loss somewhere around 820 and I have entered the trade at 870. Okay, so that's 50 points. Price has moved up to 990 now, so I've got 50 points up. I can't really wait for my price to come back to my stop loss, right? So having a fixed exit or having an idea of where to exit helps me to decide where to exit. So that is part of my exit. So over time, of course, you'll understand what I'm using as my exit levels. Yeah, but that's it. So welcome to my channel. I hope you follow. I hope this helps me be more accountable and honest with myself when I'm trading, more disciplined. That's the whole point of any trader, to be a disciplined trader. And I hope over time it helps you uh, learn something new. So yeah, okay. Thank you for hearing me out. And yes, there'll be no videos. You won't see my face. I don't want to share it. And if this is very dull and boring to you, so be it. uh, it might be. Trading is boring actually. It's not a very active, hyper, hyper time, quick moving thing. It's slow. Sometimes it's dull. But it is very satisfying when you stick to your rules and gain profits, and that's what I'm trying to do. So thank you.